Hello lovely people, you are welcome to my channel. Today we are going to put together the curtain we did for our simple classy style. If today is your first time for watching me, please subscribe to my channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you want to see how I did the curtain for this particular dress, I will leave the link in the description part, so you can just click there and then watch the curtain of this style. Okay, so this is the top of the style. This is the top, and when you watch the curtain, you realize that I reduced the front by 1 inch and I didn't reduce the back, but I later decided to reduce the back, so I've reduced the back and front 1 inch. And this is the down part. This is the down part we are going to join to the upper part. This is our sleeve. This is our sleeve. Okay, then this is what we are going to use for our strap sleeve, and this is what we are going to use for the wrist. Okay, I decided to cut facing for the dress, the upper part, so both front and back facing, and I want the wrist, the band, to be firm, and so I'll be putting in stiff to make it firm, and then I'll use this elastic for the waist too. Okay, so let's go on. This is what I'm going to do. The back of the dress, to cut it into two, I'm going to cut the back, and there'll be a button at the back, so I'm going to cut it into 5. Okay, I'm going to give it 5, so this is it. Then I'll divide this. I'll do the same for the facing. I'll do the same for the facing. Now for the strap sleeve, I'm going to join it. We are going to go to the machine, join both sides, and then we'll come and attach it to the dress. So this is it. We are going to attach it to the dress. So this is the back of the dress. Okay. And I'll add the facing to it. I'll add the facing to it. Okay, so when we finish, I'm going to sew it from this point, this to this direction, to this, and then end it somewhere. Then when we finish, we'll turn it inside, then I will join the other one. So Let me sew and show it to you. We are going to create a notch. We are going to create a notch and do a top stitch. We'll create a notch and do a top stitch. Okay, I'm done with the top stitch, but I forgot that I have to give it a loop for the bottom. So I'm going to undo this side, a bit of this side, so that I can fix my loop there for the bottom. Okay. Put this one inside like this. Then I'll sew it on top. Okay. So we have our loop here for our button. Okay. So I'm done sewing for the back, attaching the sleeve for the back. I left small space here in order to be able to attach the long sleeve. Small space. We are going to attach the back with the front. We are going to attach it, but before then we are going to mark. If you could remember, we deducted 5 from the shoulder. 5. So we are supposed to 5 front, 5 back, making 10. But I'm going to make it 8. I'm not going to use 10. I'm going to make it 8 because it's a stretchy fabric. It will stretch, so I'm not going to make it 10. I'm going to make it 4 front, 4 back, and so it will be 8. So 8, then we'll attach the front parts, and that's how it's going to be. Have it here like this. Then we'll attach the facing to it. You see, I've left some few inches here, like half an inch, to be able to so I'm going to sew. Then after, when we turn, it will be this way. So we have it attached. This is the back and this is the front, and we are going to attach the upper part to the down part. Look at the down part. The waist, this is the waist we are using, and this is the waist at the upper part. When you put it together, you realize that the upper part is longer than the down part, so we are going to give a bit of pleats like a dart, but we'll not sew it in a dart form for the upper part, so we can have it equal. I'm going to measure our darts, and this is a dart. My dart is 10, so I'm going to measure 5 here. I'm going to mark it 5, then I'll just create a small notch, create small notch here. So this is it, this way. I have a notch here. Now when we pick the upper part of the dress, that's where we are going to have the darts. We are doing it outside, so this is 5 here, 5, then I will make 1 inch here. The same thing will be here, 5 here, then I'll mark 1 inch. So we'll have it this way. This is how it's going to be. So when we pick one and when we attach, it's going to be the same. Hope you can see. So this will go up like this. We'll attach it. I will do the same thing at the back too, and sew. So we are done joining both the upper parts and the down parts, and this is how it looks like. This is how long it is. I'm going to fold this. I'm going to fold it like about 2 inches inside. So this is it, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put elastic band at the waist. You will decide how tight you want it, and I want to believe you don't want it very tight, so I'm going to put elastic band here. Then I'll show you. Then I'll fold this also 2 inches and sew. So I'm done attaching the elastic to the waistline. I'm going to join it together. You know, I left 2 inches on 2 inches allowance, so I'm going to measure my 2 inches allowance, then sew it through. So this place to 2 inches, 2 inches all through, 2 inches. So this is the armhole area, okay. And so when we measure the armhole, this one is 4. This is part of the armhole, so we are going to measure it this way. My armhole is 18, but I'm not going to measure exactly 18, which is 9. So 18 will be here, but this is a loose dress, it's not a tight dress. So 10, the 2 inches I left here is okay, because this is a loose dress, it's not a tight dress. If it's a tight dress, then maybe the armhole must be tight so that I can get it fitting. But this one is a loose dress, so I don't need it the armhole to be tight. It will be okay for me. Okay, So I'm going to measure the same thing at the other side and take it to the machine and sew. So we are done joining. It's left with the sleeve, the long sleeve to attach. Then we will have our dress complete. The facing here, I'll hem it inside so it will lie flat inside. Okay, so this is it. Okay, when it's like this, you will not see the beauty until you wear it. Okay, so we are going to work on the sleeve. We are going to work on the sleeve. I'll use bias to pipe this area, to pipe it. At the wrist area, I'm going to plait it or gather it, but I would want to leave an opening at one side, like the way the men's shirt is. They have an opening here, so I also have an opening at one side, just like that. So I'll do it that way. When you measure, this is 21. So what I'll do is I'll divide it into 3, which is 7. And so I'll create the line here, the opening here. And then when I pick the other sleeve too, I'm going to create the opening at this side. So 7, 7 at this side. So I'll cut it up to, let's say, 5 or yeah. So that's what I'll do. I'm going to pipe this, then I'll gather it and then add the band to it. Before I add the band to it, I'll stiff the band so that it will not be stretchy. I don't want it stretchy, I want it firm. So I'll stiff it. I'll add stiff, I'll iron the stiff to it, and so I'll come and show it. So this is the band I'm making for the sleeve. Yes, the length is 3.5 and the breadth is 11. By the time I'll finish sewing, yes, by the time I'll finish sewing, it will be 10 or lesser than that. So I'm going to sew it this way, then I'll sew this part to then turn it. So after sewing, I'll measure and see what I have. Okay, this is 9.5, it's okay. And this part too is 9.5, it's okay. So I'll just trim, and I just need half an inch to sew. So I'll reduce this I'll reduce it. I'll use this to sew, attach it to the sleeve. So I'll turn it. So this is what we have. This is what we have. So I'll just pick one of the sleeves, and when we did the measurement, we had 9.5. So I'm going to pleat it to 9.5. Okay. So I'm going to pleat this to 9.5. I'm not using any specific measurement for the pleating. You can decide to use any measurement for it. You can pleat it anyhow or do gathers. Yes, what I have here is 3. So, and this one is, when I stretch it, okay, I'll get 6.5, so it will be enough. So this is what I'll do. I'm going to sew on top of it. going to close it half an inch, just half an inch to close it down here. Okay. Just pick one band like this. Then you attach it. You use this to attach it all through. So that is it. We'll turn it. So here is it. I'm going to push it inside. I'm going to push it inside and sew on top of it all around. One of my sleeves, one of the sleeves. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one. I'm going to fix the other one too. I can decide to either give it a clip to clip it, or make a buttonhole plus button, a buttonhole here, and then add a button to it so I can close it this way. So we have our two sleeves available. We have our two sleeves available, and I'm going to attach it to the dress. Now, you don't just stand up and start attaching. You have to know which of the sleeve is going to right and which is going to left. Okay, so this is the front of the dress. Okay, I want it to look this way. So when I fix, this one will face this way, and this one will also face this way. And so this is for right and this is for left. Okay, so this is what we do. Just attach it to from armhole to armhole. You hold it with your pin. So we will sew all through. We are going to sew all through. Okay. So that's for one of the sleeves. And then I'm going to do this side too. So this is our sleeve. We are done attaching. I'm going to hem this place. Hem it inside. I will hem the facing. I will hem it, iron it, and it will be flat. Same with this. So this is our sleeve, and our dress is done. So this is it. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. I'm going to give it a press button here. Press, so when I wear it, it will look like this. When I wear it, it will look like this. So please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless you. Bye bye.